the return of a Canadian institution. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is back. Tell a friend. Sold out crowd shaking.
This is the Maurologue for Tuesday, February 25. The reason I'm whispering is because it's Quiet Day. No, not the next movie in the Quiet series involving husband and wife team John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Quiet Day is celebrated annually. It encourages taking a break from the noise and distractions of daily life, fostering mindfulness and inner peace. That being said, it's also a day to go nuts, because it's also National Chocolate-Covered Nut Day. And let's be honest, whether it's almonds, peanuts, cashews, or macadamias, everything tastes better when drenched in chocolate. It's the perfect balance. Crunchy, creamy, salty, sweet. Nature's candy, but, you know, improved. And if, like me, you're reaching for dark chocolate-covered almonds, well, you could even call it a health-conscious choice because science says so. Dark chocolate is packed with antioxidants and can help lower blood pressure, while almonds bring heart-healthy fats, fiber, and a boost of vitamin E to the party. Together, they're a powerhouse snack that supports brain health, keeps cravings in check, and even gives your mood a little lift. So, if you needed an excuse to indulge, consider this your official go-ahead. Grab a handful, savor the moment, and let the chocolatey goodness remind you that sometimes life really is just that sweet. However, as we all know, life also contains sadness, but it isn't just a mood, it's a reset button for the soul. According to best-selling author Daniel Goleman, sadness forces us to slow down, reflect, and process life's losses, giving us the space to adjust, heal, and move forward. Instead of fighting it, embracing sadness as a natural part of growth can help us gain clarity, build resilience, and ultimately find a new path forward. So next time you're feeling down, remember, it's not just an emotion, it's a tool for transformation. Regarding mindset, let's talk about the difference between hope and optimism. Optimism is sitting back and thinking it'll all work out. Hope is stepping into the ring and saying, I'm gonna make it work. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. knew the promised land wouldn't come easy, but he fought for it anyway, because hope isn't just wishful thinking, it's taking action, even when the odds are stacked against you. And in a world that needs more justice, more change, and more fighters, hope is the ultimate tag team partner. Well, I want to take a moment to honor Roberta Flack, the legendary voice behind Killing Me Softly with his song and The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, passed away at her home on Monday. She was 88, a true icon of soul and R&B. She wasn't just a singer, she was a storyteller, a classically trained pianist, and the first artist to win back-to-back Grammys for Record of the Year. Her music didn't just top the charts, it defined an era. Born in Black Mountain, North Carolina, Flack was a prodigy, earning a scholarship to Howard University at just 15. She started as a music teacher, but the world had bigger plans. Discovered while performing in D.C. jazz clubs, she landed a deal with Atlantic Records, and soon after, Clint Eastwood gave her career an unexpected boost, featuring The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face in the movie Play Misty for Me. The song became a #1 hit, and the rest was history. Flack's legacy extends beyond music. She was a fierce advocate for artists' rights and a champion for animal welfare. Even after ALS took her voice in 2022, she remained a force for change. Tributes, of course, are pouring in, with Dionne Warwick calling her a cherished artist who left an indelible mark. And she truly did. Roberta Flack didn't just sing, she made us feel. And that's a legacy that will never fade. Well, regarding legacies that will never fade, this is it, hip-hop heads. The end of an era. Wu-Tang Clan has announced Wu-Tang Forever, the final chamber. Their farewell tour set to take over North America this summer. And they're going out in legendary fashion, bringing Run the Jewels along as their opening act. Starting June 6 in Baltimore and wrapping up July 18 in Philadelphia. The 27-city tour will hit all the major stops: LA, Chicago, Detroit, Boston, New York, and Toronto, just to name a few. Hear that, pal of the podcast and patriarch of the Wei-Ting clan? And here's the catch. No pre-sales. Tickets drop February 28th. And if you want to be a part of hip-hop history, you better move fast. RZA, the mastermind behind Wu-Tang, he put it best, saying, "This tour is called The Final Chamber. This is a special moment for me and all my Wu brothers to run around the globe together one more time and spread the Wu swag, music, and culture." Close quote. And they're pulling out all the stops, performing songs they've never played live before. The full Wu-Tang lineup, which includes RZA, Jizza, Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, Method Man, Inspector Deck, U-God, Master Killa, and Capadonna. They'll be hitting the stage along with Young Dirty Bastard, keeping his father's legacy alive. Over 3 decades, Wu-Tang has shaped hip-hop like few others, and now the gods are giving us one last chance to witness their greatness live. Don't play yourself. When those tickets drop, be ready to bring the ruckus. Wu-Tang Forever. You know, Wu-Tang has referenced Ric Flair many times in their music and interviews, and speaking of which, diamonds are forever, and so is Ric Flair. That's just one of the many iconic quotes of the man who set the gold standard for pro wrestling charisma, the Nature Boy himself. Yeah, Ric Flair, the styling and profiling one, is 76 today. In his prime, the limousine-riding, jet-flying, kiss-stealing, wheeling and dealing son of a gun was the ultimate showman and the king of cutting a promo that made you believe every word. His feuds were legendary. His robes, well, they were more extravagant than a Vegas show. And his woo has become a universal battle cry from the wrestling ring to locker rooms, stadiums, and anywhere someone needs a little extra hype. His words, well, they became pop culture gold. In honor of Nate, strut your way through the day, throw up a big woo! And remember, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Just don't try to pick up Ric Flair's tab in a hotel bar. I learned that when I was the play-by-play announcer for WWE SmackDown Live in 2016. He invited me for a drink. I wanted to show my respect. And when I tried to pay the tab, well, I was reminded of another of his legendary lines. "I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made last year." One of my fondest memories of my 5 years with WWE was Flair, one of my pro wrestling heroes growing up, coming up to me prior to an NXT taping and shaking my hand, letting me know how much he admired my work. It's a small gesture on his part, but a huge memory for me. Hey, what can I say? Once a Miyazark, always a Miyazark. Well, someone who was deeply influenced by professional wrestling, learning to cut promos by watching the likes of Gorgeous George. Well, he shocked the world on this day in 1964. Yes, I'm talking about a then 22-year-old Cassius Clay, soon to be known as Muhammad Ali. He was a 7-1 underdog, and he defeated the fearsome Sonny Liston to claim his first world heavyweight title. Liston was the most intimidating fighter of his era, a knockout artist who had demolished Floyd Patterson in back-to-back first-round stoppages. Many thought Clay wouldn't last a round. Instead, he danced, he dodged, and he frustrated Liston until the former champ refused to come out for the 7th round, marking one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Clay's words that night, well, they became immortal. "I shook up the world! I'm the greatest!" And he wasn't wrong. He would become more than just a champion. He became a global icon. Today's Morovation comes from preternaturally talented playwright and poet Tennessee Williams, who passed away on this day in 1983. The man behind classics like A Streetcar Named Desire and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof had a gift for peeling back the layers of human nature, exposing the raw emotions, desires, and struggles that define us. He once wrote, "Snatching the eternal out of the desperately fleeting is the great magic trick of human existence." And that's exactly what he did, turning fleeting moments of love, loss, and longing into stories that remain timeless. His words still haunt and inspire, proving that great art never truly fades. Thank you for listening to the Maurologue. Please like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, go hold the door open for someone today. Stay strong, stay kind, and keep fighting the good fight.